What's up, everyone? I am back with another video. I was requested to do a video comparing all the tier 8 German tank destroyers. So we're going to start out with the Jagdpanther 2. I think that the Jagdpanther 2 is the best tech tree tier 8 German tank destroyer. With this tank you get great mobility, very good traverse speed, and a solid gun. For these comparison videos, I'm just going to start out with the Jagdpanther 2 because I think that it's in a class of its own. There's not other German tier 8 tank destroyers that really fit this playstyle. This is the only one that plays this way, so it's getting its own video. Before I get this recording going too far, I want to say this POV right now is Tanky Boy, guy that I play with, a great player. He's much better than me at playing tank destroyers, especially DPM ones. So he had a much better game. I'm going to be flipping back and forth between our perspectives because there's some things that I did that he didn't do that show off traits of this tank. As more videos come out comparing the tier 8 German tank destroyers, I'm going to be comparing ones that play similar to each other. So the Rheinmetall, Borsig, Waffenträger, and Scorpion G are probably going to be next. And as you can see, there's tanks that play similarly in the tech tree and premium versions, like the Jagdtiger 88 compared to the Ferdinand, stuff like that. So be expecting those ones coming soon. So in regards to the game that we've got here, I'm getting shot at by a Hellcat, and I didn't even realize. I don't really end up doing much damage to that Hellcat, so we're going to switch back to Tanky's perspective. He's backed all the way up here, which is a great spot for this part of the game here, as their heavy tanks are blindly crossing over the empty field, and now this Hellcat has to end up trying to run, so he has a free shot into him there. So Tanky's going to reposition here and end up getting a better angle to get some shots off, and what I'm going to do at the same time is I'm going to move up and try to play this tank a little bit more aggressive, get some spots off as their KV-4 tries to climb up the hill here. Unfortunately for me, I'm pushed a little bit too far up, and their light tank takes advantage of that. So flipping back to my perspective, you can see the shot outside the aiming circle there. Gotta love those ones. And right before I reload, the Swindler pops up, but I'm already going to take the damage, so I might as well shoot the shot into the KV-4, get him down to close to a one-shot for Tanky, and then that's where the armor comes into play. This thing has pretty good armor when you're angled back like that. So switching back to Tanky's perspective, he's going to take a blind shot into this KV-4. Chances are that did hit. I'm not sure, though. Now, I'm down to a one-shot. I obviously know I'm going to die soon. Chances are one of those tanks is just going to try to kill me and push me. And this is why I like playing tier 10 more, because stuff like this just doesn't end up happening. Like, he took over 1,000 damage. He bounces the shot, dies, and then that guy ends up getting the kill. Tanky misses his HE here, but at tier 10, people aren't just going to throw away their tank as often to get the kill. Obviously, it still happens. There's idiots in every tier, but it really makes you have to play differently, and I'm just not used to it. It's obviously a skill issue. I'm on less than a one-shot to everybody. I shouldn't have been up that close, but still. Now, back to Tanky's positioning. He is repositioning to get a better spot to receive the push from their enemy heavy tanks. He takes out the IS pretty easily. Now he's just waiting to go unspotted for the Tiger 2. And when he does peek him, he's mostly hold down here. The Tiger 2 is not going to pen his upper superstructure. He aims in pretty good. APCR right through the upper plate and into the gun breach, taking it out. Now he's going to run up on this Tiger 2 and use this tank's incredible mobility, forwards, and traverse speed to get around this heavy tank. Now, granted, that Tiger 2 does have a damaged engine. You can still see that's not even close, though, and he's actually being circled in the tank destroyer. So Tanky max rolls him, puts him down to a one-shot, and there's almost a full HP Carnarvon right there. You'd think that this Carnarvon would kill the Tiger 2, right? Well, I'm sure you can guess that he doesn't kill the Tiger 2. So we'll watch that unfold as Tanky drives around and tries to find this light tank and finish him off. Now, at this point, the Carnarvon has bounced multiple shots. Tanky is about to kill the KV-4 with an incredible on-the-move shot, and the Passante is now coming to back up the Carnarvon that was full HP against a 31 hit point Tiger 2. So now it's about to be a 2-on-1 with almost 2 full HP tier 8 heavy tanks against a full HP Tiger 2. And Tanky is now just going to focus on finding the Swindler, who, believe it or not, is not going to move from the position after he killed me, and is not even AFK. So he gets a nice HE into the rear there for over 500, and the ram kill for over 750 damage in that little engagement right there. If you were paying attention to the other side of the map, the 31 HP Tiger 2 has killed the Carnarvon that started off on close to 1,500 hit points. The Tiger 2 has now moved on to this Passante, who is now close to a one-shot, who started out on 3/4 of his HP, and the Tiger 2 is still on 31 HP. Now, obviously, Tanky's not going to let this game come to a loss, but he's also not going to let the Basante live through that engagement. He deserves every second of that and dying for that, because a 2v1 on a 30 HP Tiger 2 and he still loses. Anyway, great game by Tanky. Not so good game by me, but you got to see both perspectives. You got to see how it does when you push it to the front of the game. You got to see how it does when you play it properly and use positioning to your advantage, as Tanky did. And in conclusion, this vehicle is the best tech tree tier 8 German tank destroyer. So if you're grinding anything to get past the tier 8s and that's your worry, just go for the Jagdpanther E100 line. This tank is miles ahead of the Ferdinand. It's easier to play than the Rheinmetall Borsig. I'm not going to say that it's better, because the Rheinmetall definitely does have its situations. But when that video comes out, which will probably be the next video of this comparison series, so stay tuned for that. When that video comes out, you'll see what its limitations are and so on. So as I said, we're going to be going over the Rheinmetall Borsig versus the Scorpion G, and the other three, the Elephant, the Ferdinand, and the Jagdtiger 88. And I'm going to throw in the Kanonen Jagdpanzer with the next video as well. In the next few videos, also because I'll be comparing more than just one tank against itself. It's not just a showcase of how they play, it's an actual comparison, because there's tanks that play like them. I'm going to show more of the stats, so if you're interested in that, that will be coming, and I'll include the Jagdpanther 2 in those videos as well. I just don't think there's any point in showing the stats of this specific vehicle on its own. Thanks for watching to the end. I have a Discord server now. It's going to be linked in the description, so if you want to join that, go ahead, and have a great day.